yesterday, my was putting up Christmas decorations in my apartment, and my girlfriend asked me to put on some Christmas music. And I snuck over to the computer and I started playing The Empire Strikes Back.
Battle of Hoth. I
was like, camels, large mechanical camels in the snow. Mechanical camels.
Yeah.
Say that 5 times fast.
Oh my god.
You can't even say it
I
once.
can't. No, I took me a second to get the joke. I'm like, oh wait.
I remember my first drink.
The AT-ATs.
AT-ATs? Snow camels.
Whatever. AT&Ts.
Watch out for that spit.
Well, it's a podcast.
We're back.
It's
Yeah,
the three of
we're
us.
still doing this shit again. Right?
More of this.
More, yeah.
And,
This is what this. No, just kidding. We love doing this. This is fun.
We're still running with a low number of people compared to the 7 we started with. So
Yeah, we're the diehards.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
the only
but-
consistent people on this.
To be fair, I mean Pat would have been here tonight, but he had the job and
He's
stuff.
working.
Yeah.
So I'm Logan,
I'm Josh.
And I'm Nate.
and
I'm always the one to announce myself
It's
last.
Nate.
I've noticed that.
I guess I
Nate.
sit on the area that leads to you last every time.
Yeah.
When I think about it, I guess.
You always sit to my left.
I suppose I do. We'll change seats next time. You'll be second.
Yeah. make me feel-
Attention whore.
Get
I'm
up
not-
last billing. You gotta be like,
No.
and Nate.
And Nate.
You're like
Satan.
sloppy
Womp
thirds.
womp. Thirds.
So-
More like sevenths.
So today is
Today
Friday.
is Black Friday.
So people died
That's
at
racist.
Walmart's. all Fridays matter.
According to The Onion, 42 million people died this Friday. The worst Black Friday massacre in history.
That sounds about right.
That's hilarious.
But seriously though, yeah, fuck Black Friday. I will never ever go out in those crowds in my life. Just wait for Cyber Monday. You get the same deals, if not better. Never have to leave your house.
I saw a 40-year-old woman push a 5-year-old today over like a crock pot. I don't think I want to live on this planet anymore.
A crock pot. She probably could have stuffed the 5-year-old in the crock pot.
It probably wasn't even like the good crock pot. It was like the off-brand, like Fred's crock pot that Walmart somehow got a hold of in their inventory and decided to sell it for 5 cents on
That's
it.
the brand name Fred's that
Fred's
exists?
Right. Well, yeah,
I know it is. That's amazing.
whatever
Fred's
crock pot you'd buy at Fred's that ended up, or Kmart that ended up in Walmart somehow.
No, you don't go Black Friday. Like actually, I think Kmart would have been the best place to go Black Friday shopping because nobody ever goes there.
You know what,
Would've been
motherfucker? I actually talked to somebody that went to Kmart today on Black Friday, and they said it was crowded. And my
Really?
response was, "There's still a Kmart."
You walk into
What's a
Kmart like, am I the only one here?
Yeah,
It's like
this is where retail goes to die.
Are we the last generation of people to even know what Kmart really is?
you
Because I
know.
don't think my brother and sister who are 20, like early 20s, they might know what it is.
Maybe.
I think the last time I went to a Kmart, Nintendo 64 cartridges were $80.
Yeah, I think.
God.
Okay, no. I remember like there's a one. It's that one Kmart that's off of it's the one out in Millard, like 144th
Yeah.
Street. Okay. Yeah, we're talking Omaha geography. if
Local,
you guys,
yeah.
local
Local
stuff. Sorry.
Kmart's, the
Local
hot
K-
spots.
And the hot spots.
The highlights of
I
Omaha.
remember like during the PS2 generation, they had the same demo kiosks the entire length of the PS2 history, and the only game that they had in there was Gran Turismo 3. They never once swapped out the games or anything.
God, it sounds
my
horrible.
God.
Yeah,
I'm sure nobody played it for that reason.
I like Gran Turismo 3, but I like racing
Well,
games. You guys know this.
you're the only one, and it's okay for you.
Hey
to
man,
say
I've been playing the shit out of Need for Speed. I bought that when it was on the Black Friday special.
Okay, well,
was on Black Friday.
Need
Yeah.
for Speed is way different than Gran Turismo.
But I like racing games.
Yeah, well, I don't like driving. I like racing games. I don't like driving simulators. If I wanted to simulate driving, then I would just go drive around.
But you can't do it in a McLaren P1.
I don't really give a fuck. I can do it in a McLaren P1 on Need for Speed and have way more fun. Can run people off roads or outrun cops. I
think
can't do that in real life.
I don't think you can run people off roads in Need for Speed.
Have you played Hot Pursuit?
The other racers.
Have you played? I think it's called Grand Theft Auto. Sidewalk bowling.
No, that I can do in real life.
That's awesome.
It's not advised, but it's an option.
But yeah. Anyway, so back to Kmart.
I actually went to a Kmart probably either earlier this year or last year because it was closing.
Yeah.
Big surprise. I was looking for like cheap Wii U things because I heard they had like this massive sale on Wii U's.
Like clearance stuff.
Yeah, and I was
Going out
like,
of
never
business.
gonna buy one full price, so I'll have to go look for the sales.
Yeah, Logan, you don't have a Wii U.
I know I didn't have any. They didn't have any.
Oh, okay.
That's I was going to look for Wii U's and they.
Oh.
I mean,
I thought you were thinking like Wii U like accessories, and I was like,
If
I
the
started
pri-
looking
No,
around,
the
and I was
actual
like,
console.
I think
where's this Wii U?
Pat's got a Wii U, doesn't he?
No,
I didn't think. Yeah.
we talked about getting one for like the apartment. Cause
See,
I
wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't mind getting a Wii U, but I would never pay full price for it. I think if I found one for $150, I'm like, yeah, I'll pick it up. But I'm not gonna pay $300.
I don't know.
I think
still $300.
I think it's still $300. Pretty
That's
sure.
what an Xbox is right now, and a PlayStation, right? They did the price cut.
They would have had. Okay, they probably would have had to cut their prices eventually at some point.
PlayStation 4 is like $400 now.
Well, now they get the bundles out. So.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but it's got the bundle, which is a great deal. But like I want to play Zelda Wind Waker HD on Wii U, like Rosie O'Donnell and God, what's her name?
What?
That racist cook on the Food
Oh,
Network.
Paula D.
Paula Deen, yeah.
This conversation took a weird turn.
What the fuck did
I
Rosie
play
O'Donnell?
Zelda.
Yeah, you didn't let me finish my sentence. So I want to play Zelda Wind Waker, like Rosie O'Donnell and Paula Deen want to do Lines of Butter.
Okay, it came back around now.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Now it's
So
going
now it
full
makes
circle.
sense,
You
and now
threw me off a
it's
little bit.
it's way overblown now because it wasn't even really that funny to begin with. But now that all the
Now that
I'm
I-
sorry I called it out. 'Cause
now I just wanted to move
I
on.
just look up and Nate was like, "What?"
But now that I had to explain the reference to you, now it's not as funny.
Okay,
Yeah.
but so
had
you
a
got
chance.
a Black Friday deal.
Yeah, I did buy Need for Speed.
I got Divinity: Original Sin,
Yeah.
like a turn-based RPG, and I also got the complete edition of Watch Dogs
Oh.
for $20.
Well, for $20, I guess that's
Yeah,
worth
20
it.
Well, and I already beat the game, and I had some of the content, but I traded my physical copy away, and
And then you bought it again.
I love that game so much. And at the time,
Really?
it was so good. People complain about like repetitiveness in games, I think too much, because if you have a mechanic in a game that's fun, you're gonna want to do it over and over.
Right.
And that game had enough variety to it. You had enough options that you could have done all kinds of different hacking. There's a ton of different weapons, lots of upgrades. People don't explore enough, I think, in games to get the most out of it when they say things are boring or repetitive. Try something different.
How long would you say a playthrough is in that game? Like, if you had to guess.
Well, you could do the main story pretty quickly. Like,
Yeah.
4 or 5 hours to just power through it. I mean, just speed run. But, I mean, if you want to go find all the different locations, there's random crimes that happen that you can intervene. There's stuff to, like, pick up for your equipment to boost your stats or things like that, boost your weapon damage, all those things. I played probably 20 or more, probably more than 20 hours in it.
See, because like everything that I had ever heard about Watch Dogs was like really, really mediocre. Like, I mean, to the point where it was so overhyped for the launch, and that was a game that I remember.
It looks really good.
I remember seeing that demoed at E3 and was just so excited about it, but I never got a chance to play it. And like whenever I heard people talk about it, people just weren't. Whoa.
Was that me or that you?
That was you. God.
Was that me? I don't
know
know.
if I caught on the podcast, but that was a really loud.
Windows 10 for you. Yeah.
So,
it's a lot. It's not just a little ding anymore. It's like they make a big fucking orchestra about it.
It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's kind of a big deal.
But
Yeah,
it was really fun. I don't understand. I think they got into it thinking it was GTA, and then it wasn't GTA. Then they're like, well, fuck this game.
Oh my God.
That was the same story with LA Noire. Remember LA Noire?
Oh yeah, that's so dumb though because
LA Noire,
it's not even similar to GTA.
LA Noire was
nothing
awesome.
like it.
Yeah, I heard it was awesome.
Like, people were bitching about that. Like, oh, you can't run around and go on rampages and shoot people. It's like, yeah, because you're playing a fucking detective.
You're mindless
You're a
savages,
cop.
right? You're
it's
a
like
cop.
You're playing as a cop. You're
Yeah.
not playing as a gangster. You
Well,
dumb shit.
you're like a 2000s cop, not a 2015 cop.
Yeah. Well, no. LA Noire, you're a 1940s cop.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Morals.
Like-
Hashtag morals. Anyway.
Like, by golly, I'm tired of your shtick. Like,
right.
Like that, whatever the 40s lingo is. Like, what the
You know,
fuck?
and this is a perfect... And you know what, guys? This is actually a perfect
Thank you for the
platform.
recreation. That's
Right?
awesome.
Like that one?
This is a perfect platform for me to go on the most epic of Star Wars Battlefront rants.
Okay.
So the game's been out for quite a while now. What are we talking? Well, not
About
quite a while.
2 weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks.
In multiplayer, internet world,
In the
that's
video,
a long time.
Right. In the
for-
video gaming world, 2 weeks is a long time. Okay. So
to have an opinion on something. yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
Two
yeah.
2 weeks is when you decide if a game is worthy of keeping or trading back in.
exactly.
If you have an honest opinion of it, you got to take some time.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
what do you got?
Well, a lot of the opinions that I'm reading are honestly don't seem like they have much basis for honesty. And so I hear a lot of people talking mad shit over this game. And it almost swayed me not to buy it, even though I played the beta and had serious hours of fun on it. Like, I mean, I played the beta the entire time it was out until it closed. Like, that's
Yeah.
literally all that I did.
That's basically what we did.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
we
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean,
we
you
put
guys
so
had a
many
fucking
hours in
blast,
the
right?
Yeah, it was
And
awesome.
so when I finally like start reading the reviews and start reading, Facebook posts about like what people think about this game, it was just like a complete 180. Like, I mean, you guys remember that was the biggest beta that EA has ever released, or that anyone's ever participated in a multiplayer beta
Yeah.
from EA, and everyone's just talking so much mad shit about it. And here are the chief complaints. This kind of grinds my gears a little bit, because first off, most people are complaining that it's not like Battlefront 2, and a lot of people are complaining that it lacks a lot of modern traits from shooters that everyone is used to playing, such as Battlefield, COD, etc.,
Yeah.
etc. Okay, so chief complaints that people are complaining about is that, first off, Battlefront isn't 64 players.
Big
What?
fucking deal.
Big fucking deal. First off, PS2 and Xbox were limited to 24, 32 players, right?
Yeah.
So, and most maps didn't even work with 64 players. I mean, can you guys imagine? I mean, they seem so chaotic already. Like,
Yeah.
can you imagine adding more people on top of that?
It seems like there's a lot. It seems like I'm playing with 64 players anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like chaos all around me. It's like I even forget it.
Oh my god, and people respawn. I mean, the respawn rate is immediate. Like,
You can
I mean,
also spawn on one of your squad members too, so you can keep up in the action, kind of like Battlefield.
Battlefield. Yeah.
exactly. So, like, I mean, that first off, I mean, people were pissed about that, which honestly wasn't even. It's better than Battlefront 2 because more people can play.
Yeah.
So first off, that entire claim is unwarranted. Secondly, people are complaining about the Walker Assault. Like, AT
That's my
still-
favorite.
yes, AT&T. Oh, not AT&T. I would have a lot to complain about AT&T, but that needs a separate podcast.
Take out the T-Mobile
Right.
over there.
So it's over the Verizon.
It's over.
So AT on rails. Everyone's fucking pissed about that. So tell me what an AT does exactly besides walk forward and shoot at shield generators.
Nothing.
It's
a giant tank.
You would control it in like it'd be 5 minutes if you trying to turn.
Yeah.
Where the fuck would you go?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like Rush in Battlefield.
Yeah,
it's a straight line.
If you try, you have the steering capabilities of a dead cow. There's no fucking point. You just
my God,
point in a straight line and just go.
Can you imagine it backing up? Like, I mean, cars are always slower when they're backing up.
This is like the old days of like old RVs when you try to pull in the gas station, you pull up too far past the pump. There's no backing up. You drive all the way around the block and try it again.
Or
to
when
get
you
back into
or
the
when you
fucking
get
gas pump.
or when you get past one of those really fat people on the little wheelchairs at Walmart.
Oh god.
And they forgot something and then they have to back up.
Beep, beep.
Right, exactly.
Why do those things have to beep?
Like, and I'm not shaming fat people either. I'm just saying, like, if you're on one of those chairs, I mean, it's just gonna happen. I mean, it's slow to back up. Everyone's got to get out of your way. It's just part of the thing. It's part of life. So
yeah,
I'm cool with it. So, but anyway, so also no Clone Wars. So this is another huge chief complaint that doesn't.
What does that even mean? No clone.
The more recent 3 movies, the Clone Wars.
Yeah, the prequels. Like, there's no battle scenes from the prequels in it. Like, there's no terrain for that. Like there was.
You can see the confusion on my face right now.
Right.
Why the fuck is that a complaint?
I have a feeling that they're going to release that in a DLC though. That'd be They're not?
No, Disney actually wants nothing to do with the prequels. And you know why? Because 95% of Star Wars fans fucking hated the prequels. Unless you were a child on the ages 10 and under, you as a Star Wars fan, you hated the prequels.
The only thing I like from the prequels is Chancellor Palpatine, where he's just like, do it.
Darth Maul, bro.
Well, you can do some fact checking if we all get it wrong. When did Episode 1 come out? What year?
1999.
That's what I was gonna say. And so, us sitting here, we weren't even.
We were 11 years old.
Yeah, so we were basically kids when that came out. Because I have really no problem with the original trilogy because I was way too young to appreciate the older movies. And like I said, Darth Maul was fucking awesome.
Yeah, Darth Maul was amazing. And
awesome.
Liam Neeson was a good Jedi. Qui-Gon.
Even though he was fully responsible for bringing that whiny little bastard into the Jedi Order.
Yeah. Well, he
completely different. Oh my god, yeah. I need a separate podcast for this too.
That's our Star Wars.
This is a completely different rant. Okay, so anyway, Disney has already stated that they want nothing to do with the prequels.
Oh, and Samuel L. Jackson.
And apparently, and I didn't even know this, but apparently there was a lot of negative feedback about the PS2 version where everyone didn't want the Clone Wars included because everyone hates the prequels. I mean, all of a sudden it's convenient for people to complain about something that was not okay to complain about, like however many years that Battlefront 2 came out.
Yeah, I think Battlefront 2 came out in 2006, I want to say.
I don't really
no,
it was earlier. It was earlier than that.
2003
or 4.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
yeah, you're probably about right.
Okay. So again, complaining that it's not Battlefront 2, but then complaining when it is Battlefront 2, it's all pointless anyway. Okay. So, number 4, no Galactic Conquest. So, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2 were made in a time where playing online was a novelty.
Yeah.
So, for consoles, they had to figure out how to make a single player campaign work. Mm-hmm. So, and honestly, it's not that Galactic Conquest... Okay, for those of you that don't know what Galactic Conquest was, Galactic Conquest was pretty much like a Risk in space. So, pretty much, you had to go around...
Board game Risk.
Yeah, board game Risk.
So, yeah.
You had to go all around the different planets, and then you had to face the opposing faction in order to take over that planet. So, and if you won the battle, then you took over the planet. If not, you got pushed back.
I remember that.
Yeah, I remember playing. I had fun with that one. It was good.
I mean, it was a lot of fun, but if you really think about it, it's no different than jumping in on instant action or instant multiplayer. It's the same exact game formula. It's just you had a map to dress it up.
Right.
It's essentially the same exact thing. So, I mean, again, I'm still failing to see the logic on why people are complaining about it.
Well, because they just want to find something to bitch about.
Well, and that's just like any other kind of game that has any kind of sequel or a reboot, where different mechanics will be in it and other ones won't be. You know, they'll take things, they'll add things, they'll change stuff. I mean, it's like any other complaint, so it's somewhat justifiable. But again, it's just like you're not complaining about anything.
Any more gamers are just. I've already talked about this before. I feel like any more gamers are just jaded for the sake of being jaded, and they just want to find something to bitch about just for the sake of bitching.
Right. And you know what? And what I'm seeing from the majority of the complaints that are going on online, this really seems to be like an EA thing. Like everyone seems to be targeting EA because they're EA. If this had been a different company, this probably would have been different.
If we're talking like 2010 through 2012 EA, I could fully get behind that.
Yeah, exactly.
But to be in EA's defense, I feel
like okay, I'm sorry.
But I feel like in EA's defense, they really have like started to bounce back and kind of become a more reputable company. Like they have offered playing things like EA Access. They got rid of the online passes. They got rid of like all these extra like different little things to fuck you over and like get another extra like $10 out of the customer that people were just annoyed about. It's like I already paid for this game. I don't want to pay extra money to play online.
And I mean they've had some really solid releases like Plants vs Zombies and like I mean Mass Effect. They're coming out with really really solid games. I mean this isn't the same company that it used to be.
Yeah.
But anyway, on to number 5, no traditional campaign. So let's keep in mind that the original games didn't have one either.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was kind of like a Titanfall, kind of where your online is your offline kind of thing.
Pretty much, like
yeah, I would agree.
There was
with
a
that.
story mode, right?
Well, no,
story mode.
no, there wasn't a story mode. There was no campaign in Battlefront 2. The closest thing that you got to a campaign in Battlefront 2 was Galactic Conquest. That was it. And the only reason why that even existed in the first place was because online connectivity back then was not as common as it is today.
It was more of a luxury.
And if I remember right, it was like text-based information. You just like would read about what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't think there was like cutscenes or characters.
No, yeah, not really. There wasn't. I mean, they basically the Conquest or Galactic Conquest was just like recreation of the famous battles in the Star Wars universe.
Yeah, I don't.
So you got like the Battle of Naboo, you got like the Battle of Hoth,
Which is the
shit.
same exact thing as jumping into a planet map and doing the exact same battle.
Well, it isn't fair to say that. I mean, Disney they bought Lucasfilms, so they got Star Wars and all that stuff,
Right?
And then it turned around and they gave it, whoever does the control of the gaming stuff, they gave it to DICE and said make a game. You would want that game before the movie. So
Yeah.
fair to say. You want to kind of
totally.
all try to build an hype. It didn't release broken. It had a lot of modes, a lot of different modes. 4 maps, I believe, that kind of had different modes broken in different parts.
Well, 4 planets. Like, I mean, there's multiple
4
maps.
planets,
There's
no.
multiple maps on each planet, actually.
But it's just like you're on this planet, and these 5 modes have these parts of these maps, kind of thing like that.
Yeah. And they're adding more as the game gets the game ages.
It released. It was a solid release. It looks amazing. It sounds amazing.
It is
the multiplayer is perfect.
It is easily the best looking game out.
Probably,
on
yes.
this generation right
Have
now.
you
Easily.
Have you like guys actually looked close at like the just take a minute and play on Endor and just take it all in. Just look at the environment. Just stand there and just look at it.
The detail is pretty absurd.
It's absurd.
It's incredible looking.
And so, granted, they needed to get the game up before the movie. Pretty good release.
Yeah.
Right? But in the amount of time they had, technically probably rushed for time, and that wasn't even forced on by EA. How you hear studios, I had to publish, early.
Like, get this out now.
We had to hit that time. It wasn't like that. It was like get it before the movie.
It's like, all right.
That's all it was.
Everybody could agree, like, let's fucking get this out. Like, so
It's like let's get this out before December.
So essentially, what we're looking at here is that there's no traditional campaign. It has exactly what the new game has, which is a string of missions tied together with AI bots.
Yeah.
Again,
Pretty much.
I'm failing to see the logic on why people are complaining about this game.
Fanboy rage.
Yeah, right? No kidding. Number 6, no dedicated space mode. Okay, this is probably like the biggest complaint that everyone's just bitching about and moaning about, and it never ends, right? Okay, so Star Wars Battlefront 1 did not have space mode either. Star Wars Battlefront 2, when it launched, people were pissed because there weren't air vehicles on ground maps.
Okay.
So again, I don't really remember a whole lot of this rage either, as far as like the counter argument between the two. But I mean, I've seen comments online where people again are defending this game, and they're bringing these topics back up because it seems like it's so convenient for people to forget about all this stuff that people were complaining about, however many years ago, and then all of a sudden it's getting brought up on the opposite end just because EA made a game, and then like everyone's pissed just because it's
good.
EA, and it's good. Haters gonna hate type of mentality, you know what I mean? But so I mean, it just seemed like everyone just kind of conveniently forgot about that. And another review that I read that just infuriated me, and it actually almost caused me to not even get the game, period. And actually, kudos to my girlfriend for actually buying that game for me for my graduation gift, but I almost told her to not get it for me because of this review. And it was this douchebag on Dice, or not Dice, sorry, not Dice. Dice is cool, Vice.
Yeah. Vice.
This writer on Vice basically just like goes on this rant about his personal opinion about what he thinks of the game. And in short, just to spare you the quotes and all that, the majority of the bullet points, he was like, "Oh, I got frustrated because I died a lot. I don't like this game." He was like, "It's so frustrating and it's so boring. There's no customization, blah blah blah," which is bullshit, by the way. He was like, they don't even let you have a grenade until you're like rank 5, and they don't even let you have a jetpack till you're like rank 8. It's so boring. You know what? You spoiled motherfuckers. You're used to having everything fucking handed to you, and your ass wiped from the minute that you grabbed that game. You know what? Battlefront 1 and 2 did not have jetpacks. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Did they even have jetpacks? You were
No.
basically confined to the ground. Am I right?
I don't
Pretty-
remember.
No. You're confined to the ground.
all you did was walk.
Did you even have thermal detonators? Were there even thermal detonators in Battlefront 1 or 2?
I don't think so.
I have to go back and play this.
Yeah,
sometime.
we have to fact check this.
Well, and here's the thing. I don't remember there ever being grenades or anything like that on Battlefront 1 and 2. So essentially, what you're starting out as is the game that you're constantly telling EA that you wanted, but they're giving it to you. And on top of them giving you the game that you wanted, they're also allowing you to upgrade and expand on that game. Like to have jetpacks, to have thermal detonators, to have impact grenades,
To have sniper rifles.
to have turrets, to have all of this crazy shit that you didn't have in Battlefront 1 or 2.
Yeah.
And all I'm hearing people bitch about is the fact that there's no customization, there's no room to upgrade, there's no this, there's no that. And like essentially what you're getting is the Battlefront game nicely packaged for you and for you to be able to upgrade on that.
That's the sound of your mic dropping.
Oh, is it?
I'm out. But no, it's like if they were to give everybody everything at the start, people would be like, "Why the fuck can I unlock things? There's nothing to unlock." And it's just like there's no fixing
Right.
people's problems.
Well, and what you have to understand is that Battlefront is a completely different animal. Battlefront is not Call of Duty. Battlefront is not Battlefield. It's not
Destiny.
It's not Destiny. It's a completely different game. No, you can't just run out and run and gun and like just start shooting shit. Like it's very tactical. Like you have to be smart about it if you want to stay alive. You can't just run out and start shooting people because the minute that you have a blaster pointing at somebody, there's a blaster pointing at you. So in order for you to
And
kind
they're
of
probably better with it than you are.
well, I mean, but it kind of evens out this playing field of you being able to like try to outthink your opponent. You know, I mean, not only are you fighting just like 12 other people, you're fighting like 20 people. Yeah. You're fighting 20 other opposite team members, and on top of that, you're trying to correlate. You know, in some of these game modes, you have to correlate with the other team and actually like figure out like, I mean, kind of what you're gonna do. Granted, there's no in-game chat, but I mean, if you're playing with your friends, I mean, it's
but that was one thing I was annoyed about.
Yeah.
No
Okay.
chat.
Yeah. All right. And everyone else
only
is
party chat.
Yep.
Yes.
There's
you can
no
only
there's
party
no
chat.
there's no game
Yeah.
chat.
I refuse to talk to other people, so I don't.
Right. And see, and
I
some
don't
people-
care,
some
but that
people
is an
don't-
odd omission from the game.
It is odd, but at the same time, it avoids you having to like deal with like 12-year-olds that are telling you that they fucked your mom last night.
Well, I mean that's going to be a part of any game, but that's how I met some people back in the day where you
Yeah,
play and
right.
you start
Like
chatting.
I met some of
That
like
is strange.
some really good friends I still play with like from years ago.
Can you imagine?
that I met in game chat.
Can you imagine 40 people trying to talk all over that channel at once, though?
I would assume a lot of people wouldn't do that chat,
Yeah.
but I mean, you look at other kinds of games still do that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Halo is what is that?
Even like playing Black Ops 3, like
It's a good point though. That many
multiplayer
people
lately.
trying to talk at once would be madness.
It would.
But yeah,
It would be horrible. I mean, you wouldn't even be able to hear the music or the sound effects, which is the whole point of it. The point of that game is to immerse you in the Star Wars universe.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it doesn't really do it any kind of justice to have that feature in there. Like,
But
I
I-
don't see what the problem is. If you have friends that have it, you can party chat with them all day long and then just, you know, figure out what you're going to do from there.
And I feel like a lot of games are kind of starting to do that now. It's like they're kind of straying further and further away more from the game chat and catering more towards just the plain party chat. Like, 'cause I remember playing Destiny Crucible and all that stuff, which, I mean, I'm a masochist like that, so
God, that's true. That
fucking
multiplayer.
Anyway, but I never once have gotten into a multiplayer match and have talked to anybody on game chat. It's only been through party chat.
Yeah.
I've become antisocial as I get older. I used to do that. I used to jump into Halo and be like, "You guys want to let's do this, motherfuckers?"
let's
and
like,
just
what's
kind of
up?
joke around and stuff. And
Yeah.
I met some people I played with for years and years because we were playing a Rumble Pit where it was like everybody against everybody, 8-on-8.
Yeah.
Just kind of like 1v1 like that, and I kept kind of beating them, and the one guy beat me. We started like, hey, let's get, team up, let's go play some other games, and then we played for years. So
And you went from there.
yeah, that's how the story started.
But I mean, and I agree. Like, I mean, that would be a nice feature to have if you didn't have so many people playing at one time. And like maybe on the smaller maps, maybe I don't know, but
maybe
like
in the pre-game lobby kind of
Right.
thing or something, because you won't hear all 40.
You're not going to hear the
just
opposite
20.
team.
Yeah,
well, you wouldn't hear the opposite team anyway,
Yeah.
but regardless, we're defending Star Wars Battlefront here. We're not picking it apart. So. Anyway, and like I was talking to actually one of my buddies in Arkansas. He's a rabid Star Wars fan. Like, I mean, he's an avid gamer too. Like, I mean, he plays all different types of games. And I was talking to him about it, and I was like, why do people hate this game so much? And he was like, because people are butthurt that it's not Battlefield or Call of Duty.
Exactly.
That's fair.
That is exactly what the problem is because people, and it's like I was saying earlier, people are used to having their asses wiped for them as soon as the game comes out. They're used to having all this, they're used to having the same repetitive gameplay costumed with, or like, lessened with customization. And in here, you're not handed all of that customization right off the bat. You have to earn it.
That's what I like about it.
I like that too.
I'm the opposite of all the people that are mad about it, because that way you get to it feels like you earn something, and you can kind of learn the ins and outs of the game at a steady pace, and you feel rewarded for your time, kind of thing.
On that note, remember, I don't know if they did it in Battlefield 4, but remember in Battlefield 3, you could buy like they had the DLC you could buy, like let's say you wanted to buy the engineer equipment pack. It gave you all of the engineer unlocks just by buying that pack. Or the medic pack, or you wanted to get the vehicle pack. You spend money to buy all this, and you unlock all the vehicles right away, or you unlock all the support kit equipment right away.
If I remember right, I think that came as part of like the season pass later, or one of the DLCs later. I think it came straight out the gate with Battlefield 4.
Yeah,
I think it was an additional feature in Battlefield 3. I don't think that was like released.
Because, but I do remember playing Battlefield 3, and that was an option.
I think it came later as part of a DLC release. But I think Battlefield 4 was included right away.
That's what mobile gamers do, though.
Yeah.
You know what?
Play to win.
That's what fucking
freemium.
Yeah, that's what mobile gamers do. Are you motherfuckers mobile gamers? I don't think so.
No.
So what? Stop.
Well,
stop
okay.
complaining.
To be the only mobile game that I ever got into really was the Plants vs Zombies 2. Okay. That was the only mobile game I ever got into.
And I'm not dissing people that play...
Casual scum. That's like throwback to podcast 2 or something.
And again, like I don't want to diss people that play mobile games, because I've played a handful of mobile games that are fun, but like what developers try to cater to as far as like the general mobile game audience is like as much gratification in the shortest amount of time as possible. And it's like with the video games never used to be about that. Video games were like you get slow unlocks because you actually put the time in to earn it. You put the time in to actually be able to enjoy the game and see what it can unfold into. Not like, let's hand everything to you right off the bat and just,
Or you can be a 6-year-old and charge $700 of your mom's credit card by playing Clash of Clans.
Exactly. Well, and here's,
which happens all the fucking time.
Here's the other thing that a lot of review sites were saying too, is that they said that Battlefront wasn't a full offering, and that they were disguising the fact that your upgrades were slow to cover up the fact that the gameplay was so boring. Like
I don't understand.
I don't either.
That's boring.
I don't either. I've nonstop played that game since I got it.
But those same reviewers, maybe those people who actually reviewed specifically, or maybe the whole website as a whole, whatever. They're the same places that give Call of Duty's 9.5.
Exactly.
Perfect scores.
The best COD ever. Blah, blah, blah.
Talk about that is the same fucking thing every time.
It is.
Battle.
I do remember when COD Ghost came out. There was a site that tore it apart pretty bad. It was a pretty reputable site.
But
too.
that's an easy one to tear down, though. That was obviously below the other ones.
They gave it
any other fucking Call of Duty. They gave it like has the perfect.
They gave it like a 6.5 out of 10.
It's like Insane Clown Posse. The early 2000s called. They want their easy target back.
Oh my god.
Oh, does anybody still listen to ICP?
I don't know.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that's also a different podcast topic. That requires a different podcast in itself.
We're gonna have the Star Wars and ICP crossover podcast.
Guys, we should have our own expanded universe of podcasts that we mention in other podcasts that we're gonna have.
Podcast reality.
Right, exactly.
People are gonna develop lore for this kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
but I mean. from you guys is now that I've ranted all this and like vented my emotions out on you guys.
You killed a good 20 minutes of the podcast just by talking about Battlefield or Battlefront.
Right. So like, you guys, how do you feel about the game? Like, I mean, how like
I love it.
Yeah, that's like, tell me, like, each of you tell me what it is that you love about it and why. Like, how much time have you spent playing it? Just talk about it for a minute.
Because I feel like it's a lot more refined experience as opposed to just playing like with the fucking caffeine fueled 12-year-olds on Call of Duty.
I agree.
Yeah, and like I mean, you actually have a set objective. And I was telling you, like, I think Supremacy is my favorite game type. I don't know if you played that one yet, where you got to like go through and get all the capture points and stuff. I was talking about this, and like I think it was 2 weeks ago, or maybe it was last week. I can't remember. But I was playing a match with a couple of buddies, and we were in that game for almost a fucking hour. Mm-hmm. Like, just because it was just constant back and forth, like capturing objectives. And every time you capture a point, it adds a minute to the game clock. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't even care. I was having fun. No. It was amazing.
That and Supremacy is actually the mode where like it's probably closest to the original Battlefront experience that you can get because you're capturing checkpoints and whatnot. Yeah. You know, which is basically the core objective in Battlefront 2, in which again they're giving you more ways to do a Battlefront objective in the new Battlefront besides just doing capture points.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah, I'm pretty much like the opposite from a lot of the complaints because I like how you kind of start with nothing and you got to build it up, because one of the things I loved about Halo back in the day was like there was weapons on map, no loadouts. Yeah. So you had to do your weapon versus the other person with the same weapon. Whoever was better won. And then if you found a weapon on the map, you had to strategically get there and outmaneuver the other person to get that thing.
Which is kind of what they do with the pickups and stuff.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Yeah. It's kind of like powers on map. So you don't just walk in like a fucking tank because you have your Prestige 10 or whatever the fuck you can do in Call of Duty and you have all the best stuff or whatever. You actually have to earn what you get just with unlocking and on the map. Mm-hmm. So it's a kind of an even playing field. It reminds me of when I used to really like shooters, not the fucking Destiny supers and just the Call of Duty. Call of Duty to me is kind of like the mobile gaming comparison, where it's like the instant gratification. You don't have to really work for stuff; you just get everything. It's just I don't know.
I get it. I get what you're saying. You can just go ahead and pour that drink. Yeah, there's no point in trying to.
There's no recording devices or anything, so. The sizzle
of the Pepsi. We have
this broadcast brought to you by
Popsy.
No copyright infringing here.
None of that.
Or Popso.
Sure. I have a question then.
Okay.
Going more on Star Wars.
Okay.
My answer to this is yes, because I love this game. I can't get enough. Are you guys going to get the season pass?
Probably.
I'm still holding out, and the reason why is because first off, EA was kind enough to give you Jakku as a free DLC. Of course, you are going the people that pre-ordered the game are going to get it a week prior to the people that bought it afterwards, the squares that bought it afterwards. So you're going to get to play on Jakku, which is in the mother Force Awakens, which comes out in less than 3 weeks. Oh my god!
They're making the Force Awakens game. They're making the new Force Awakens game?
No. Jakku is the new planet that's going to be showcased in the Force Awakens movie. So you're going to get to fight the Battle of Jakku, which is freaking awesome. And that's free DLC. That's completely free. That's awesome. As far as the other DLC goes, I kind of want to see what they come out with. Like, I'm the type of person that likes to view the DLC season pass before I buy it. So, like, I'll see what the first expansion pack is, and then based on that, I will make a decision to buy the season pass.
Well, then I guess I'm kind of going to rephrase my answer, is that I really only play like Walker Assault and Supremacy sometimes. Yeah. I like the games that have the bigger modes. I like to play 20 on 20, the biggest battles you can get. So I'm hoping that the season passes, they always add content to the bigger maps.
I'm sure they will.
Because if they have like one DLC where it's like, 4 smaller maps for those small modes, I'm like, well, fuck, I'm not going to play those.
Like, what am I supposed to do with this now?
I only play the bigger modes. They're way more fun to me. So I'm hoping that the season pass includes a little bit of everything, including new bigger maps and stuff like that. Maybe even more game modes that has the 20 on 20.
I think that would be a good idea. I think Logan. I think you should play more Fighter Squadron. Like
Fire Squad.
Fighter
Which one was
Squadron.
that?
Fighter Squadron is
Fighter. Oh, I thought you were like
no,
a Fire Squad.
no.
Like Fire Team.
Fire Assault.
Destiny. I was like, what is this?
No, Fighter Squadron is dope. It's fucking awesome.
I love the flying mechanics in this game.
Oh my god, I do
They're
too.
so cool.
It's a lot easier than Battlefield 4. Like I remember.
Fuck that game.
No, okay.
It's,
The reason why I'm so jaded about it was because
so
in
bad.
Battlefield 3 I was like fucking Maverick. I was Maverick to your Iceman. Like you put me in an F-18, I'm fucking shooting down jets and planes and all kinds of other
flying
shit.
mechanics and I always get these fucked up when we're talking about these.
Battlefield.
No, I'm saying
4.
Battlefield 3 had the best flying mechanics.
Battlefield 4 they fucked it up.
Yeah, they did. They fucking ruined it.
Yeah.
They were perfect in
I mean, granted,
love being in the
I
jets.
still like playing Battlefield, but I'm bitter about not being able to fly the jets.
Yeah.
The flying mechanics are not what they used to be.
So no, I love being in the TIE fighters, just zipping around and
man,
something about the way you turn, the way you lead. It's so exciting. Stop that.
yeah.
We're recording an audio podcast.
That's how they sound.
That is not.
What are you, 5?
I was trying to recreate the ambiance of the TIE Fighter.
in the middle of my sentence.
Yeah.
You son of a
I'm-
bitch.
You
No,
keep interrupting. You've been interrupting Logan all night, you piece of shit.
I'm putting you in the mood. I'm trying to get you amped up to like describe your experience. Trying to make you feel like you're flying an actual TIE
I
Fighter.
love the flying mechanics.
No, and it's awesome because you have all the evasive maneuvers. It kind of feels like you're playing Rogue Squadron and Star Fox 64.
Yeah.
I know there's going to be a lot of nerd rage over this in the comments, but honestly, like the U-turns and the barrel rolls.
love
I
that.
mean, it's if you remember,
Roll.
it's kind of like Star Fox. So like, I think that's cool. Like,
I like it.
I think that EA has done a phenomenal job with Battlefront, and of course they've gotten
Well,
so
Dice,
much.
I suppose.
Well,
yeah.
Dice,
Yeah.
They've done such a phenomenal job with
They
Battlefront.
really did.
And there's going to be entries from more Star Wars series. They're only going to get better as time goes on. So cut them some slack for the love of God. just buy the game and play it and have a good time with it. Not every game that you play has to be like grade a 10 out of 10. It's not the way it is. If it's fun to play, nobody
you just nailed it.
Right.
It's about if you have fun playing it.
Do you have fun playing it?
I played some of the most broken, like under budget, not great games. They're so fun though. Like the mechanics are fun, the story's fun, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Granted, Darth Vader's voice acting in Battlefront is like not really all that great.
It's-
But you know what? I'm willing to forgive it and I'm willing to pardon it because of the overall package of the game. It's kind of like the graphics, for example. So I mean, we all three of us at this table and every single person in this podcast would agree that graphics do not trump gameplay.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. I'd agree with
They
that.
don't trump gameplay. If the game
Brennan,
is
I
fun,
think, would disagree.
well, yeah.
I don't think you were here when he was here.
I wasn't, but I
He
remember
was-
we
yeah.
visited this on another podcast. Though
He makes some good points though. That there's a level of graphic. We expect a certain quality at this generation of games.
Yeah.
right.
No, and I mean, there's very little on I think the Xbox
I think-
or PS4 that would look bad.
But in my defense, though, it's the same expectation that destroys games for what they are.
Well, like think of it this way.
Well, it's fair.
Think of it this way: is like, would you rather, if you had the choice, would you rather stick with playing Halo 1 the rest of your life, or Halo 4? What would you
One.
rather do? 1.
Oh yeah.
Because one of the better gameplay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I'm about gameplay.
I like Halo
If I had to
4.
pick.
I like Halo 4 too, but
You're wrong.
Well, I mean, I don't like it better than Halo.
No. Yeah. No.
I don't like it better than Halo. But
I love Halo 4. I think it's a good
I've
game.
loved every single Halo
You're
game.
also a Call of Duty fan.
Yeah,
So-
which
I'm also a Battlefield fan.
That's
I'm a shooter fan, man. I love shooters. I don't care if it's COD, Battlefield, whatever it is.
you're like hated from all sides. Like at the end of the world, everyone's gonna kill you,
you
first.
can leave. We'll finish the podcast.
Okay.
Oh my God, he's actually
He
leaving.
actually left.
I never thought I'd get rid of him.
No,
Oh.
Halo 4 is
I'm
good.
back.
Halo is one of my favorite. It is my favorite shooter series, maybe.
Yeah.
Battlefield.
And that's why you're my favorite person right now, is because you said that.
Do you want me to play? Do you want me to play like some violin music so you guys get to know each other better?
I don't know. It sounds like somebody's jealous.
So what's the
Hey-o.
next topic? Let's go.
Well,
on.
okay. I wanted to talk about the Rainbow Six Siege beta and how
okay.
it was released broken. The open beta, I should say. It's because Okay, it's like the closed beta is open for closed access, whereas the open beta is closed for open access. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Like,
The open beta is for closed people.
Yeah.
So it's the closed beta.
like
Yeah.
it's a beta exception all of a sudden. But yeah, because I tried to. Obviously Ubisoft came out and stated like they didn't anticipate any of the issues that happened once they announced open access for Siege, and they said like, well, we're making this our priority. We're gonna postpone it, but we're gonna once it's released and fixed and everything, we're gonna give you guys full access for the time that we allotted you originally, which is fine. But it's like, fuck, I don't want to wait any longer.
Yeah, so at least it's during the beta.
Yeah.
Because this would have released like it was.
Yeah.
And people would have lost their fucking minds.
If they're having these problems right now, that's good because they need that, because at least they have time to fix it.
Well, and I got to play a couple games because today's Friday. It came out
The 25th, I think is when.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say Wednesday.
Yeah.
And I got in for a couple matches. It was really slow logging in. I think I got kicked once.
Yeah.
But I would get it to at least work. And it's super
I got
fun
to
game. And
I got
really
to watch the
wanna play it
tutorials.
too, but, ooh,
Yeah.
that's something.
I watched the tutorials. I didn't play them because they can't play the tutorials.
You can't play a tutorial.
Yeah.
Can you not get banned from Xbox XBL or PSN if you post videos of a beta? Does it depend on the developer?
I think it depends.
It
Because
depends on the developer.
I was playing the beta for the new Fable game, the 4-player co-op kind of multiplayer game.
Yeah,
And it
Fable
actually
Journey.
had
That's
like
not
a
Fable.
watermark. It had my gamer tag on the screen, and I don't know if that was for if I actually released footage or something, it would show my name. They could find me or whatever. But it straight up said, it goes, don't post this. It just told you, don't do it.
And I
It
think
was probably a fail-safe just in case you did.
well, I think,
Yeah, no, exactly.
I think
I think
that's something more common in like, you know, lower profile developers like Lionhead Studios. Like, I don't think they're as high profile as say like Ubisoft or
Not anymore, at least.
yeah.
Honestly,
They used to be
true enough, yeah.
like way back in their prime, but now they're just kind of like in the bottom end of the spectrum. I feel like
What has Lionhead released besides Fable?
Black and White. It was a
never
PC.
played
It was a
that.
PC game.
Well,
It was
did
based.
that even come out?
It did. Yeah. I think they had a sequel too. Actually, I think. But it was a PC game. But a lot of the game mechanics from Black and White they kind of transferred into Fable because Black and White was all about moral choice, and it was kind of like an Age of Empires type of gameplay.
I'm thinking
where
of a different game entirely. I think
Yeah.
they were going to do like a...
Yeah.
Age of Empires.
It was
High five.
Yeah, but it was kind of that type of gameplay. You could choose to be the good ruler, like the evil tyrant or whatever, and build your kingdom and your empire around that. Yeah,
So Fable 3.
yeah, basically Fable 3, which is why like what I was getting at, how they transported a lot of like ideas from that game and mechanics into the Fable series, and I mean, rest in peace, Fable series, because
Right, no kidding.
you're never
Still
gonna
kicking it.
you're never
getting
gonna
a little bit out of it.
like you just need to Lionhead. You just need to know when you cut your losses.
To be
Just move on.
fair, I did enjoy that beta. I enjoyed playing that game.
I'll probably try. I played all the Fable games. I'll probably try it at least.
It doesn't compare. It doesn't compare to like the actual Fable game. So all of these,
Yeah.
I'm so sick of all these fucking spin-offs, dude. It's driving me crazy.
You
Like
can't
Fable-
think of it like that though, because it is an entirely different style of game. That's like if you said I hate Halo Wars because I liked Halo.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
it's so different.
Because
It's
from
not-
what I understand with this game is that there's no story. It's just strictly online multiplayer.
I'm not sure if there's any kind of story they tie in. I believe all of it is like a co-op 4-player kind of. I mean, it reminded me of the style of like Mass Effect.
Yeah.
Where it's like you got to have 4 people, you got to go to waves. Well, in Fable, it's more like a progression through a map. I guess.
So maybe
Whatever
it could be
style.
like League of Legends ish.
So yeah, I was gonna say it's
Possibly.
like MOBA,
that would
MOBA
actually be
style.
kind of cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess you're right about that, Logan. I didn't really think of it like that before.
Well, yeah,
so.
and it's. I mean, if somebody plays it and go, "Fuck, this game's terrible," then at least you
Right.
tried it, and then
Yeah.
you're just like, "No."
Yeah,
And it's
'cause
also
I-
a free to play game.
Right. I loved Halo Wars. I thought, but I love strategy
Yeah.
games though. So like I'm
So
all about that. Life.
if you can find an old copy of Black and White, I mean it's a
Halo
dated
Wars
game.
2.
It's probably like
Yeah.
oh they announced that, didn't
Dude,
they?
Yeah,
dude,
Halo
Halo
Wars.
Wars 2 is happening, and I'm very excited.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean Black and White is like it's a pretty dated game by now. It's probably like 15 years old, but There's probably still a bunch of people that play it on Steam. You can probably buy it on Steam for like $1.
I wonder if they'll make another Fable that is a fantasy RPG, not like a Connect game and not this multiplayer.
Oh god, that Connect. Oh
Yeah, Fable Journeys was fucking stupid.
those fucking Connect games,
Like,
dude. Oh my god.
No, but
Did either of you ever play Child of Eden?
no.
That was
No.
That was a kind of a cool Connect game because you would use one hand. It was like all like colors and lights and kind of sounds or whatever, and you were going through. It was like a rail shooter, and you would basically you were this little orb on the screen, and one hand you would use shoot like bullets essentially. The other hand you would kind of do things like bombs. They'd blow up stuff, and you had to hit things on the screen as they were moving around. That was pretty fun.
I saw something about that game, but I mean,
I have it on my 360. If you ever want to try it.
Oh, okay.
I also saw Star Wars Connect, and imagine how stupid that fucking was.
That was talk about a Star Wars game that was an actual disaster.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's kind of like the Star Wars Christmas special. By the way, that I watched last night. It's not really something that I want to talk about.
Star Wars Christmas
That exists?
special.
Even though I brought it up, I don't really want to talk about it.
Well, then, did both of you ever play Star Wars: The Force Unleashed?
No
Force
spoilers. No spoilers because I have it. It's on my list of games to play. I played like the first 3 hours of it. I have to get. I want to get to the Ewok world where I get to destroy all the little Ewoks. But oh my god, I want to play it. I want to keep playing it. That was such a fun game. I had a lot of fun.
Did you play it?
I did play a little the first one, not the second one.
The second one was okay. The first one was amazing to me. It was one of my favorite action kind of adventure, whatever you want to call games.
Yeah, like hack and slash.
It was basically a hack and slash. You always had a lot of Jedi powers, and there's a lot of.
I think actually my favorite hack and slash game I ever played was Afro Samurai.
I never played that.
I watched the anime. I never played the game.
The Afro Samurai game is just funny. It's just funny because you imagine Samuel L. Jackson. He's got his little alter ego that follows him all the time. And if you're walking on this path and for some reason you go off the wrong way, he's like, wrong way, motherfucker. He's just like in fucking Samuel L. Jackson style. But the cool thing about that game was it was super brutal and it was cel shaded, and I love cel shaded graphics. I love Borderlands and that
I
kind
do
of
too.
stuff. So that kind of stuff is really, really appealing to me. And yeah, so if you got $3 burning a hole in your pocket, maybe go buy it. It's cheap.
So, and we're talking about a lot of just kind of go off on these video game tangents of whatever game we're thinking of. Mm-hmm. You brought this up earlier, Josh. What would be when is a game over for you? When do you play a game and say, I've completed it, I don't need to do any more, I feel like I got everything out of it?
It really kind of depends on the game. And the reason why I say that is because I have loyalty to certain franchises over others, like Kingdom Hearts, for example, or Final Fantasy. I'm going to do or the Arkham series. Oh my god, I've been so crazy loyal to the Arkham series. I'm still playing Arkham Knight.
I think 100% of that.
Yeah, well, I did, but I'm playing the DLC. I'm playing through all the DLC. I'm
okay.
playing through the challenge maps. I'm trying to get high scores, get all 3 stars on every single challenge map with every single.
God, that one time I played against you in Arkham Asylum, we did that the brawl thing.
Pretty embarrassing.
Pretty embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
I fucking you were landing 65 hit combos, and I'm just I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Kick you in the knee. Take that, bad guy.
I really wanted you to eat that hot pepper. But anyway, it depends on the series. If it was let's say right now I'm playing The Last of Us. Fucking phenomenal game, by the way. Most amazing character development I think I've ever seen in a video game. Very, very impressed with it. I'm not getting all of the collectibles, and I'm cool with that. I'm okay with that. I'm exploring every crevice that I can. I'm going through and I'm doing what the game wants me to do, and I'm being heavily rewarded for it with supplies, by the way. I have more supplies. They say that supplies are scarce in that game, not for me. I'm throwing Molotov cocktails and proximity bombs like there's no tomorrow. But if I don't find every single little niche thing in The Last of Us, I'm okay with that because it's a big game to explore and it's a big game to play. I want to feel like I tried. I want to feel like I tried my best to do everything and not necessarily get everything. Now, as far as the Arkham series goes, I'm not going to rest until I have all 3 stars in every single character on every single map, in every single trophy collected. It really just kind of depends on the individual as far as their loyalty to that particular franchise.
That's kind of how I am with Metal Gear Solid right now, Metal Gear 5. the side missions in that game really do like play heavy into the story, which I appreciate. But like I think there comes a time like when I get as far as I have gotten into the game, which is about 50%, like those side missions kind of start to lose their value, I think, and I'm kind of to the point now where it's like, okay, I just want to finish the game because I feel like I've done enough. I just want to see where the story goes at this point.
Well, how do those missions reward you? Or like you said, they don't feel like they're as much value. Are you getting less resources, or are they boring?
Here's
like,
the thing. One of the major mechanics in that game is one like reconnaissance and cutting off enemy supplies to different outposts and stuff. So like one side mission can be go track down this enemy armor column and then go destroy their tank and the troops supporting it. It's like, well, that enemy armor column could have been associated with a giant outpost. So if you forego doing that side mission and then you go infiltrate this base without destroying the armor column, like, well, that tank's gonna be there, and then like you're gonna have to fucking deal with the tank as well as all the other troops that are like supporting it. Or it's like these guys go kill this heavy armor unit, or go like, I don't know, like blow up this warehouse full of supplies. Like there's a lot of different like things you can do in the side missions that play into like the actual story itself. Because like if you don't do any of these things, like, well, then you're gonna be going up against some tooled up fucking enemy soldiers, and you don't have the right kind of gear to compensate for that.
But how does that make you lose value to like how the overall game? That should add to it, because like, I mean, let's Kingdom Hearts, for example, like in the first one, the Sephiroth was a completely optional boss. But I guess you didn't really get any gear for beating Sephiroth. You had to have the best Keyblade to beat Sephiroth. But I mean, beating Sephiroth was kind of like, I guess, like a sort of like a bragging right type of deal. I think in Kingdom Hearts 2 you actually did get a weapon for actually beating him. So like, if that were the case and you were rewarded with a weapon, or you were rewarded with something, doesn't that add to your overall experience?
Yes, but I think it gets to the point where I feel like my gear, my equipment and gear that I have have acquired throughout the entire playthrough is enough to like forego having to do some of those missions. I can get through the main story just fine without having to like go blow up this enemy base or like this warehouse or whatever, or doing this other stuff. Like, so it's like, okay, I'm good with just going in with what I got, and then like
going in with what I got. Nate's cupping his
I'm like cupping my boobs right now.
Yeah, he's cupping his chest right now. He wants to give it all he's got.
So Logan, what do you think?
Show it to you.
You show it to me. But anyways. also on that topic, as far as like completion goes, I mentioned earlier that I'm playing through Need for Speed right now, and I think I'm gonna get a lot more than just one playthrough out of that game, because like, one, there's a good selection of cars that you can play through, and like a lot of different ways you can customize cars to your different play style. So they got like, you got your tuner cars, you got your muscle cars, you got your super cars, all this stuff. But they only let you have 5 cars at a time. Like, that's the max amount of cars you can have in your garage. So it's like, okay, well, I can play through this game once with my tuner setups, and then go through and play it again, all muscle cars or all super cars.
Do you lose those old cars though?
You can just start a new save file, right?
Yeah, you can. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you can sell the cars like that you don't drive anymore at like if you want to like put that money towards buying a new car. But I mean, personally, I just liked. Because I like the car that I started with. It's a Subaru BRZ, and it's one of my favorite cars. So it's like, I kind of got some sentimental value to that. So it's like, this is my first one. I don't want to get rid of it. So
I did something similar in GTA, where GTA Online, the first car I stole, I was like, I kind of like this car. I don't remember what it was. It was a shitty car though, and I like decked it out, did paint jobs and stuff. And you guys were like, why the fuck are you using this? You can't.
I remember that car.
And I was like, I like it. Shut up.
It was like a Chevy Volt or some shit.
Yeah,
like,
it was something stupid.
Oh my god.
I just like, it had like the whole roof was like just like glass. Like the entire thing, it wasn't just sort of the whole.
Yeah, it was a Volt. I remember that. Like,
it was, like
you painted it white or something.
White like Xbox colors, and I was like, yeah, this is cool.
This is kind of cool.
Oh, that's funny.
You guys are like blowing past me. I was like, I don't care.
But now I like upgraded to a Porsche. What is it? Porsche GT2 Carrera. Like, so that's.
Man, I really treasured those minivans I stole from taxi cab drivers in Grand Theft Auto. I don't know about you guys.
First, that's the most special.
I love the videos. God, we need to go back and play GTA Online. I miss that game.
But, I kind of miss it too.
But I miss I love the videos that I've seen from people like doing stunts with semi trucks in GTA. Like, they'll launch it off the side of a mountain and detach the trailer and like have the truck do a flip before it hits the ground, and then as it hits the ground, the trailer lands back on the tow hitch like perfectly.
Oh no way!
Yeah, that was awesome.
Crazy.
Those are are pretty cool.
I can't even imagine how many times it took to like even attempt that.
Right.
That's probably been like a 2-week ordeal just trying to get that one like 10-second shot.
Right.
Right.
It's just like shooting a real movie. You gotta have the perfect shot every time.
If we're talking about like kind of completing games, I think I really just go off of the story.
Yeah.
Like once I beat the story, and like you were saying, I'll go through and try to search everywhere. I'll find everything I can. I'll explore every inch that I see. But once I can hit the story, I feel like I beat it, or I'm done with it if I want to. I rarely go back for collectibles. I'll go back for achievements, but I don't really always go back for collectibles.
Achievement whore.
Kind of. Not as bad as I used to be. I used to actually really go and look
Used to
at
be
stuff.
a huge achievement whore.
Now I
Yeah.
don't really give a shit.
It's like,
Well, I mean, and like I said, it really depends on your. I think it really depends on your loyalty towards that particular franchise. Because if you're a huge fan of that franchise, you're gonna and you really love that game, you're gonna do everything you can to keep playing that game. You're never gonna want to let it go, and that's honestly the sign of a really good game. Is like if you see somebody, and not even if you particularly care for the game, but if you see somebody else that went through that game and did a completionist role in it and got every single thing that they possibly could, that's a good game.
Yeah.
Even if it was a good game to only that person or a handful of people.
Oh, yeah.
For somebody to spend that much love on a game, they had to have loved it. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, hours and hours and
Just
hours
like,
just plugged into this game doing the same shit over and over. Do you know how many times I go into a Batman Arkham Knight challenge map and hit restart as soon as I get punched? I'm like 50 hits in and I'm just like, nope, I got hit, restart. Like, constantly.
I do it all the time.
I don't normally do that, but I was actually playing the second Force Unleashed, and they have these challenge modes for like time, how fast you can get from point A to point B. And I think I got, and not a lot of people played that game, but I got like the 8th fastest on one of these maps out of everybody that played it.
Oh, nice.
I was obsessed with trying to get faster, and I don't know, that doesn't really happen to me. And I was living with my friend Jared at the time.
Yeah.
And, I did it for like...
Miss you, Jared.
I did it for like 3 hours, and he's like, "What is wrong with you? Stop doing it." It's like, I have to. So now I got,
Jared, if you're listening to this, you need to move back to Nebraska like right now.
he'd be the 4th person for the podcast all the time.
Yeah.
He'd be down.
You would. We
could
need
use-
you.
We could use the fourth person.
Yeah, right? What other people?
Well, and
And
another
the fourth be with us, right?
it's not May.
No.
It's not May anymore. It's not May till next year.
You know
Anyway.
what? That wasn't a May the 4th be with you joke. You just... Why do you guys have to ruin my life? Why do you guys have to question all of my jokes? You guys should just laugh like good friends and just move on.
Didn't think it was funny.
Well, you know what? Fuck you. I thought it was funny.
Logan, you were talking about this before we started recording. You mentioned like games that you would have liked that you want to see a sequel to that kind of just like either the studio went under and like that game just kind of faded into history, or like what are some games that you would want to see brought back to life and made a sequel to?
I have 2 games specifically. One of them is an older one. It's called Advent Rising. I think like Calypso or some studio made it. I can't remember for sure.
For those who don't know, that game had $1 million contest that went along with the online.
Well, there was no online. You had to find the certain icon in the game, and when you found it, you would win. Basically,
Yeah.
you'd be like the first one to find it. But it was basically Mass Effect before its time. It had this huge open world space setting, really really good story, lots of characters. It kind of almost combined like a Mass Effect and Halo weird combination. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Fucking loved it. And it didn't get great reviews for some reason, but I think it was just ahead of its time.
I remember they hyped it up quite a bit because I remember watching the TV spots for it and everything, and that game was like hyped the fuck up.
Yeah, it was. I think it was ahead of its time. I think it was the biggest problem is it did so many things that maybe they didn't know how to do or what was the best way to make the controls or whatever you want to call it. But it was fucking amazing. And I think if they took it now and gave it to BioWare and to just do something with this, it'd be perfect because it doesn't really have like the huge scope as Mass Effect, but they would be the ones to make the combat, I think, just done right.
Yeah.
See, that's what I was about to ask. Like, do you think it would be like another Mass Effect? Because if it's going to be like another Mass Effect, then I mean
See, I
would they
don't
really
think
want to take
so.
that?
Because I mean, I do think that DICE took Battlefront and made it different enough from Battlefield. They don't really feel the same. You get a similar vibe, but it's not really the same.
That's true.
They're different.
It's
they're
like
different enough.
it's like comparing Dragon Age and Mass Effect. Essentially, they are the same type of game.
Yeah, it's exactly
but
like that.
It's reskinned. Like Dragon Age is medieval. Mass
Yeah.
Effect is sci-fi.
That's perfect, actually.
Yeah.
That's a perfect description.
yeah.
And I know that it's like one studio that does the epic space game would do another epic space game. But I mean, they've obviously had something. They've done it before. I think
Cashing on that hype train.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some what's I'm trying to think of the other studio. It was is it who made Castlevania? Which is Konami.
Konami?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was Konami.
Because whoever the people that did Castlevania might be good at that too. Because the combat they do in those games and stuff would be really good to transition it to the combat style of.
I wish I had played Castlevania.
Oh, dude, you talk about these Konami games. I feel like they're good.
I need to play it. I keep hearing everybody talk about it. I need to play it.
We're the Bayonetta developer for Advent Rising.
Here's a little fun fact for you guys. Talk on Konami. If you play Metal Gear, the first one, like the first Metal Gear Solid game, which is also made by Konami, if you had a Castlevania save file on your PlayStation memory card, and you go to the boss battle where you fight Psycho Mantis, he's like, "So you like to play Castlevania?" Like for some reason, the game detects your save file, and Psycho Mantis is like, "You like to play Castlevania," and you're just like, "Yeah, I do actually." Well, how'd you know?
That's a cool connection.
It was kind of like a fun little thing they threw in there. That's not in the actual game, but like if it detects your save file, it's like, "Oh, you also play Castlevania." It's like, how'd you know?
Yeah,
that's cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
Did either of you ever play Singularity?
No, did not. Actually,
yeah, I did. I did play that game.
I've heard of it, but like I never really got a chance to play it. So
it was very similar, kind of to BioShock in the terms of you had your guns and your powers and stuff, and you can manipulate like time and things like that. That was one of my favorite RPGs, or not RPGs, favorite shooters I ever played. Just the mechanics are really fun. The setting was really cool.
And I remember that game got pretty average reviews. Like
okay reviews.
Yeah,
basically, it was just not as good as BioShock, but it was very similar.
Like they tried to make something like BioShock and did.
The studio, if I remember right, they straight up said, "We love BioShock. This is like an homage to BioShock. It wasn't a ripoff, but they said we were inspired by it."
Yeah.
It was a really, and I think if Crytek, who makes like the Crysis games, if they got a hold of that game, it'd be fucking phenomenal.
I think Crytek's
so good.
I remember Crytek's having some financial trouble.
That's fair because I haven't heard of a game that really just blew people away.
Crysis 3,
Crysis 2 maybe.
Crysis 3 didn't even do that well.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, like I remember playing the beta.
Mechanically, it was very solid. It just didn't really sell a whole lot of copies. Yeah. But
I think as time went on, Crysis became more kind of a gimmick because that game was more about the visuals than anything else. It's like, oh, this is the game that lights computers on fire. Like that's pretty much all it's known for. Yeah,
I heard a lot of it. People cared more about the graphics, the way it looked, than what it was.
Like, and Crysis 2 was fun. Crysis 3, when they announced the open beta, when I first played that was back in like 2012, I want to say. Something like that.
I played the open. I loved it when it was like the open beta.
See, I didn't care for it.
It was weird because I loved playing it, and then I played Homefront. Then I was like, no, I'm gonna get Homefront.
Homefront's so fun.
Homefront's so fucking.
We always reference Homefront. Like I think we've done it like at least once.
That's really funny, actually. I think Crytek is making Homefront 2.
Are they seriously?
It's a full circle.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for games like that, I would like to see have a reboot or a sequel. Jak and Daxter.
Are they still
that would be really badass.
No,
actually.
The last Jak and Daxter. Well, the last true like game that was like a progression of the story of Jak and Daxter was Jak 3, and Jak 2 was basically like Jak and Daxter was a completely different game from Jak 2. Like Jak and Daxter, the first one was like kind of a action adventure hack and slash, whereas Jak and Daxter 2 was a Grand Theft Auto clone because like you go from being in the past like. Primitive times, like all of a sudden, now you're in the future and you have guns and shit and aliens to fight, and you can hijack cars and stuff and fly around the city. And it's like, it's a totally different fucking game. This is fun. Like Jak 2 was like amazing, and then Jak 3 was fun, which is basically like the exact same game. But I love those games. Like they were fun. Like they were kind of similar to Ratchet and Clank-ish, I guess, in the style. But
you know what that means?
What?
You would have to buy a PlayStation 4 in order to.
I will buy a PlayStation 4 to play that. Hey, there's two.
Come to the dark side.
There's two games. If Sony made sequels to them, that would sell a console for me. It's a Jak and Daxter sequel, or
SOCOM?
SOCOM.
Ah,
or a new
I
SOCOM
got
game.
it. Yeah.
Yes, I loved the SOCOM series. Like that was one of my favorite
I know.
tactical military shooters I've ever played.
Yeah, that game was fucking awesome.
I spent so much time playing SOCOM 2 online. It was not even funny.
No.
I missed that. Like just sitting there fucking 3 in the morning and 13-year-old me or whatever the fuck how old I was when SOCOM came out.
I don't know.
Something like that.
You were probably still wearing girl pants and straightening your hair, but
I wasn't straightening my hair though. I remember that. Yeah, I straightened my hair. It's a big deal. So what?
Okay, so as far as games, I guess that I would probably like to see a reboot, Jet Force Gemini for Nintendo 64.
Yes.
And I made Logan play this the other night because I was so excited about it, seeing it on Rare Replay. I made him play it the other night, and it was that was actually pretty funny. We should have actually been recording that night. But
the first thing I did was lay it on the ground, go prone, and started crawling around.
You were like walking up by your balls, pretty much.
Yeah, you were walking on your character's genitals.
Very strange. I was so confused.
I'll try to describe it the best way possible. Like he had his torso lifted off the ground, and he was kind of butterflying on the floor, and he was it looked like he was walking by his ball sack.
It was like Nintendo 64 yoga.
So weird.
And all of a sudden his legs became flippers, so he was like a seal all of a sudden.
But I would love to see, and that would sell. And you know what, guys, that would actually sell an Xbox One for me. Is if I got to see a full reboot of Jet Force Gemini, just because I had so much fun going around to different planets, and the planets felt like a full exploration. You could go from area to area to area to area, and it just seemed it was just huge. It just seemed like the planet would never end, and it was cool because when you shot the weapons, the bugs would explode, and then you get to collect the bugs' heads, and then it would get collectibles, and you unlock stuff. The multiplayer was really fun. It was such a solid game. But Jet Force
couch multiplayer.
Yeah, couch co-op will never die. I will couch co-op until the day I die, which is also another awesome feature of Battlefront. Anyway, so
yeah.
But also besides Jet Force Gemini, and this is kind of a weird one. Do you guys remember Eternal Darkness on the Nintendo GameCube?
No.
Yeah. Hold on. Well, fuck.
Does it ring a bell?
I just had a stroke.
Okay, well, this game fucked with you. And I actually remember this because I did have a Nintendo GameCube. I was playing the game and I ran into a monster or whatever and I died. The monster killed me. And a message flashed up on the screen that said, "I'm sorry, your memory card has been corrupted. Every single piece of data, your entire file saves, everything on your memory card is gone." And of course it
was one of those games.
Yeah, they made it sound they worded it to where it would be "I'm sorry, your data card, your memory card is corrupted. All of your data has been erased," and you're just freaking out because everything that you've ever played on that system is stored on that memory card. And so I'm flipping out. And then I go in and I turn off the game and I go look at my memory card and all of my stuff is still there.
Oh my god!
Not corrupted, anything. It's just the game did stuff like that to just
to troll you.
Yeah, just to troll you. And I thought that was a really unique approach for a video game. I'd never seen another video game take another approach like that before. And I just thought it was really interesting.
That's bugging me now because I know that game. I've heard that title before, but I can't put a face to the name of it. What is?
It was exclusive to the Nintendo GameCube. Okay. So, you had to have a GameCube in order to play.
But what was it about?
It was basically a survival horror game, pretty much.
So, okay.
It was kind of I guess, Resident Evil-ish, where you would play as a person and the camera angles were fixed. It was kind of one of those. It combined a different bunch of games into one from what I remember of it.
Yeah.
But I appreciated that game for what it was. So
I have another game to add.
I do too.
Hold on. One more. Star Wars 1313. I know it's not a sequel, but I would love to see Star Wars 1313 come back to life.
Yeah.
That never was released, right?
It was never released, but there was a demo. There was a demo that came out. They demoed it at a conference somewhere, but after Disney bought Lucasfilm, it shut it down completely.
I remember that.
So, it's like
demo.
it's like laying dormant somewhere.
It was basically a mature Star Wars rated game, and it was basically about like the underworld, like the bounty hunter underworld of Star Wars.
That would have been
remember hearing
so
about that.
fun.
Yeah, and it would have been so fun, and like it was like a third-person action shooter game, and like it would have been so fun, but like that Disney shut it down, of course, because it's not, it's not PC enough for them, I guess.
I wonder if
So
that could ever come back, because Star Wars is obviously back on the upswing in terms of hype.
I think-
oh my god, yeah,
I think if there was enough people that got a petition put together that signed that, like, hey, bring this game back to life. We want to play this game. I'm sure there would be a developer that would pick it up.
people have tried, but it wouldn't even matter because Disney would have to be okay with the developer picking it up in the first place. It has to go through Disney, so it would have to be Lucasfilm and whoever has the rights to the video games right now, whoever bought those rights or leased them, I guess you could say, whoever leased the rights.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I know that Disney bought up Marvel to get into a older audience group. They literally bought all the comics and everything so they could have that segue into a more mature audience. And so I don't see why they wouldn't take all their properties and kind of divide it out. Kid games, just general action games, and then like here's your bounty hunter, like Blood, and
I mean, it's like we know Disney owns ABC and ESPN, but when you turn on ESPN, you don't associate that with Disney, do you necessarily?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that they get it, but it's not. It's not what Disney. It's not like the overall image of Disney. It's just another part of Disney.
Yeah.
It's an affiliate of Disney.
It's an affiliate of Disney, and it's like not everything is going to be Mickey Mouse and Snow White. It's got to be. You're going to have to be able to appeal to multiple different audiences if you want to eventually take over the world. So.
they got a good start.
Yeah, a really good start. Insanely
Shut up,
good
Mickey.
start.
I was waiting for somebody to stop me.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. And back in the I guess you got to say your game that you were talking about. Yeah.
Turns.
Yeah,
No,
take your turns.
it was an old horror game. They made a sequel. I never played the sequel, but do you guys ever play The Suffering?
Yes.
I did not play
Yes. Oh god,
It
game
is my
so
all-time favorite horror game. It was kind of like an action horror, but it was so fucking scary. It was like legitimate.
It kind of played
horror.
like Manhunt, sort of. I feel like.
Never played that.
No, I didn't either. Actually, I did play a little bit of that. That was really gory. But anyway, is it better? Is the game you suggested, Logan, better than Silent Hill 2?
I haven't played that. Because was Silent Hill, were those PlayStation exclusives at any point?
Yes.
For a
See,
while,
that's
yes.
why I
For a while they
would've
were, but
For a
then-
while they were. You bastard. Silent
I had
Hill
a
2 is
PS1.
amazing.
I had a PS1.
Did you play the original Silent Hill for PlayStation?
I think so. Because back then I wasn't really playing that.
That was
kind of
also a
stuff.
Konami game.
Yeah. Yep. Silent Hill is also
The
phenomenal.
Suffering was on the original Xbox, which was like the PS2 time, and so I would have missed out on any PS2 exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
The Suffering, you could actually turn in like this giant mutated monster because you were in a prison or an insane
Like
asylum.
prison
or something.
asylum type thing.
Yeah, and then you would turn this crazy fucking monster and go around and kill people. You had guns and stuff.
Nice.
There's a part where you would walk around, you walk down the hallway, you take a left, and as you take the left, this thing would jump out at you. Every time I knew it was there, I would still freak out because the way it would turn, like this like spiral attack at you, and the fucking noises it would make.
Ugh. God, yeah. Like
To this day, I can remember that and still be like, oh, no, don't turn, don't do it.
it fucking haunts your dreams at night.
It does.
No.
Terrible.
Why? Oh no. Yeah, the whole 7-Up's whole reason came down here in the first place. I'm gonna take this and
So what's your game?
take the rest home. Take the rest home.
Shut up, Nate.
I actually forgot. I had it in my head a second ago, and I
Rambling,
totally blew it.
incoherent, rambling.
Hey, I'm good at impressions, okay? Don't diss my skill.
You have a couple of good ones, so.
Bah!
I love that Hank Hill. Damn it, Bobby.
Damn it, Bobby. Did you drink your propane today?
I'm okay, Dad.
I'm okay, Dad.
Oh my God, Dad!
Mine's better.
Yeah.
Do your Dale Gribble one. I know this isn't gaming, but.
Dale Gribble. Fuck. You mean Boomhauer?
Oh, yeah, well, Gribble is the.
Dale's the like.
Yeah,
the,
he's like the exterminator.
Yeah, he's
I'm
the-
thinking
yeah.
of Boomhauer.
He's the paranoid like bug guy.
Yeah,
like he
the-
always introduces himself as Rusty
Yeah.
Shackelford for some reason. Okay, so I gotta give you guys some for the listeners some backstory
I
before
guess this is a gaming reference.
Yeah, this is a gaming reference, but like, oh wait, before I do that, I remember the game that I want to bring back. Remember Bloody Roar? Remember that fighting game?
Was it a dinosaur fighting game?
No, that's Primal Rage.
Primal Rage, okay.
Oh, I fucking loved Primal Rage,
Primal Rage
dude.
was legit.
But
Primal Rage was
Bloody Roar
shit.
Bloody Roar was a GameCube fighter, where like I think they did make a sequel for it, but it didn't do very well. But the first one was really fun. But like you play as like you had like your typical fight, like you're like a human fighter, but then like you could eventually progress like and get power ups throughout the fight, and you can turn into like a beast mode. So you could be like this one chick could turn into a bat, and like this other guy could turn into like a bear or something. Like so you would get enough like hits and power ups or whatever so you can unlock a beast mode, and you can fight like as your animal form. But like I thought it was a really fun fighter because one, I was actually good at it, which is rare because I suck at fighting games.
Yeah, you do.
You should watch me play Marvel vs. Capcom against Josh. It's like a fucking retarded child covered in ants.
Yeah, and I'm not even that good,
like,
so.
But anyway, okay. So back to my Boomhauer impression. I have to give you guys some backstory to this before I do the impression. Like, so it's a picture of Boomhauer wearing Ryu's hash or like not hash, but his headband from Street Fighter. And he's like, damn, Hadouken, man.
It's so simple, but somehow you just nailed it.
Man, damn, Hadouken, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But there's a meme of it on just look up like Boomhauer Hadouken and it'll come up and it's
Hang on, Hadouken, man.
damn, Hadouken, man.
Okay.
Nice.
God, I miss King of the Hill. That was such a funny show.
That was a good show.
Like, God, I want to talk about. I want to like.
Fuck it.
I don't mean to spoil the ending for King of the Hill since we're on that topic, but like.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, but like for the entire length of the show, like it never really hinted at what Boomhauer does for a living. But on the last episode, like there was a shot of him like setting a U.S. Marshal badge and his gun like on his like his nightstand or whatever. So it's like Boomhauer was a fucking marshal. Like what the hell? That's like you wouldn't expect that.
It's strange. I never saw the last episode.
Yeah,
I didn't either.
I've seen a lot of King of the Hill too.
Yeah,
I fucking love it.
I kind of stopped watching it like as like the later episodes. I didn't think they were as funny. Like because I think they just kind of started to run out of ideas.
It probably
I guess.
tapered off.
Yeah, they tapered off to me. But I did catch the last episode, and from what I saw, I feel like they did tie the series up pretty well. So like I'm happy with how it ended. So it's like one of those shows. Like okay, yeah, I'm cool with that.
It's not something I think I would normally like to watch, but something about it was hilarious.
Yeah.
No, I think it was just they were making fun of those characters as opposed.
Well,
to...
it's like basically the whole premise of the show was just like you got your blue collar like working guy like kind of stuck in like the old style like way of thinking, growing up or like living in the modern world and being introduced to all this like new pop culture and stuff, and he just like he's in fucking shock.
He just can't handle.
He can't handle anything other than propane.
I suppose we do live in a very similar kind of setting.
Yeah,
in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Like we live in Omaha. Like we're surrounded by fucking farmland and corn and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's relatable. Unfortunately,
it is relatable.
It is a little relatable, but you know what? That show had a lot of heart too. Like I mean, it did have some cool morals in it.
Oh
and
yeah.
Stuff. Like Mike Judge is a really good writer. So
yeah.
He hasn't really had many successes since then. Like he said,
Office Space, bro.
Well,
Office Space, I guess.
Office Space was before King of the Hill,
but it doesn't matter. It's a success.
But after King of the Hill,
movie's fucking incredible.
Yeah, I mean, after King of the Hill ended, he tried to like revive. He tried to start a new cartoon series that maybe lasted like half a season, didn't do very well. Then he tried to bring back Beavis and Butthead. For some reason, that didn't do very well, which I'm surprised.
Well, Ren and Stimpy didn't do very well coming back
those
either.
Those are generational things, I think.
I believe
those
so.
aren't really. You can't. They just don't fit the modern.
They don't.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, some things just don't. They're for their time.
Now all of a sudden we're movie critics.
Yeah, right.
We go from fucking.
We're expanding into Friendly Fire alternate universes here. So.
This is the start. This is how it started.
So
broke off into other.
It's gonna be. What did we decide on before? It's gonna be the Star Wars King of the Hill. What was the other one that we had earlier?
I don't know, Skyrim. We talked about doing a Skyrim podcast one time.
Let's talk about Skyrim.
Yeah,
Star Wars.
The Star Wars King of the Hill podcast. Like
Star Wars. We're doing it. Spin-off podcast.
Fuck
yes.
Bobby, I am your father.
No, Dad.
That's not true.
I can't. Now I'm just picturing the other characters as the Star Wars.
Oh god,
characters.
I think Dale would be a good C-3PO.
Yeah, and what's the big guy? I can't
Bill?
remember. Bill. He'd be Chewie.
Oh my god,
Bill Howard
yes.
could be Han Solo.
Oh my god, yes.
Fucking,
oh my god, and like Luann would have to be Leia.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, just because of her and Bobby, that would be weird.
Wait, who would Peggy be then? Peggy would have to be.
Just Luke's mom, probably.
Well, what would if Hank kills Darth Vader, then Peggy would have to be the Emperor.
Well, even
What?
I don't know.
that would actually be really funny. I could go with that.
Yeah.
Well, because Family Guy did the whole weird spin-off, and those characters didn't like fit,
Right.
You know, like Han and Luke were Peter and
Brian.
so you don't have
Right.
to.
And then C-3PO and R2 was Cleveland and Quagmire.
Yeah, I think we just came up with an amazing scenario.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, we had to share that with you.
Mike Judge, if you're listening, do the Star Wars Hank Hill episode, please. Oh God. Well, I think it's gonna be about that time. So let's do a quick recap. So we talked about Star Wars for pretty much the entire length of the podcast, pretty much.
Rightfully so.
Rightfully so.
It needed to be defended.
Josh went on his angry tangent. And we talked about games we want to bring back and see made sequels of, and
why don't we close with what's everybody playing right now? So besides Battlefront, obviously,
Battlefront.
Let's start with you, Logan.
Fucking Fallout.
Fucking Fallout.
Fucking Fallout.
Not just Fallout, but fucking
Fallout.
Well, I actually did a thing where I stopped fast traveling in it, and obviously these games are fucking massive.
Yeah, no kidding.
And so I actually just read, I don't remember what website it was. Somebody just said that they stopped fast traveling and they're actually enjoying the game more. Totally true. If you stop fast traveling, I have found so many random things that you would even overlook because you don't normally go back to the same place over and over to explore. So I would walk backwards where I wouldn't normally look that long way, or I would come off from a different direction because I'm trying to go somewhere new. And because I had to walk from A to B, you run into so much more things that aren't on the map, things you can't find before. It's a really cool way to do it. So just don't fast travel playing Fallout.
Yeah,
Immerse
yourself.
It's a really interesting way to do it.
Actually work for the game.
Yeah, right.
I did that with Skyrim. I didn't really fast travel a whole lot in Skyrim. Skyrim was so beautiful.
Huge too. Oh yeah,
beautiful game.
Well, I'm probably going to play Skyrim in the next couple of days because I keep thinking about when I play Fallout, I'm just like, I just want to play Skyrim.
Right, exactly. I'm
Skyrim.
way more attached to Elder Scrolls than I am
Me
Fallout.
too. So I'll probably go back and play some Skyrim.
I
Mostly
actually-
Fallout right now is released, and we played a little bit of Halo.
So what else? What else though?
Just
Before
Fallout.
Nate interrupts you and cuts you off again.
God damn it. I just got Divinity Original Sin. It's like a 2-player co-op kind of turn-based RPG, and I bought Watch Dogs because it was on sale, and the game's amazing.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play it.
Well, now that I know how that game is, I'll take your word for it.
I would really recommend it, man. It's a fun open world game. I love the hacking mechanics. The shooting is really tight shooting. It feels like GTA shooting, where you got that real
nice.
precision accuracy. It's good.
Okay.
So
Joshua.
For me, it's Battlefront. Battlefront for days. Battlefront, Arkham,
days.
and Battlefront's really nice too because I mean right now since I'm working a lot and I have a girlfriend and stuff, and then of course hanging out with you guys and doing the podcast and stuff. Sometimes I only get 20 or 30 minutes to play every day, so just hop in Battlefront real quick and then just play a couple multiplayer rounds. It's really nice to just get out a couple of those. So that's what I'm playing when I don't have very much time, but when I do have a lot of time, I'm sitting at playing Arkham Knight, and I'm also trying my hardest to finish The Last of Us. That game's been out for several years. I haven't finished it yet. And
You've never beat it
no,
at all?
I haven't beaten it yet.
We got to talk about the ending when you beat it.
Okay.
So spoiler alert for the future. The Last of Us, because I've heard so many different opinions on the ending. And some people hated it. I mean, some people were like, it was perfect, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what it felt like
yeah.
to you when you have to go through the ending and what you think.
I'm so immersed in that game, and especially because there was the scene where I just got done with this. I just entered winter. So, in the opening part of the game where Ellie's hunting the deer and stuff, it was right before then, and Joel gets impaled. Joel falls off of that balcony and gets impaled.
Fucked up.
He gets, and I'm just I was dropped the controller and I covered my mouth. I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I'm freaking out because it's so tense up to that point because you're fighting off those bandits that are coming after you and stuff. Bandits are still coming in while you're messed up and you push. It was Ellie was like, what do you need me to do, Joel? What do you need me to do? He's like, move, and he just shoves her out of the way, and then just your aim's not steady, and you have to shoot these guys down, and it's just this huge epic episode to get out, and Ellie just instantly in that moment just becomes this awesome survivor and
I forgot about
brutal
it.
killer.
I take that back. That's a game that's gonna sell PS4 for me.
Right.
I need to play Last of Us.
It's so like as far as character development, I've never felt so emotionally attached to any set of characters than I have in this game. Like as far as narrative and story goes, it's easily one of the best experiences, narrative story-wise, that I've ever played, and I can't wait to finish it. So not because I'm ready for it to be over, but because I'm ready to actually be able to talk about it with people and just like have the full experience, because I've had that game for so long, I just haven't been able to finish it yet.
Yeah,
so.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Well, I guess for me, I'm still playing through Metal Gear, and I'm making it a point to like I need to finish this game. Like it's just so long. There's so much to do in this game. But like the one gripe that I would say the one gripe that I have about Metal Gear 5 is it doesn't seem to be as focused on story as much as it is like actual gameplay, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But I know that
Say that again.
it's not as focused on story as much as it was in previous games, as much as it is focused on the gameplay.
Okay.
Which is not necessarily a bad thing, because they did incorporate a lot of new mechanics, because it's an entire vast open world game as opposed to the previous Metal Gears, which were a lot more linear, but they focused more on the story. And like they got like a whole bunch of new voice talent. Like now you got Kiefer Sutherland playing Snake as opposed to David Hayter, who played Snake in all the other games.
No way! They changed Snake. They changed Snake's voice. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Kiefer Sutherland from 24, and the guy the vampire from Lost Boys. That guy, Jersey Lost Boys.
Patrick Swayze.
Not Patrick Swayze. Well, was Patrick Swayze again? Lost
Yeah.
Boys. No, it was Patrick Swayze, like Corey Haim and his brother, and then Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah, there's a lot. Wasn't Tom Cruise in that too?
I don't remember.
I don't know. There was a lot. There was actually quite a bit of famous people in there.
But yeah, anyway, so Kiefer Sutherland is the new Snake, and he's one of my favorite actors. But it kind of sucks because like he doesn't really have a whole lot to say in that game, because they didn't get like obviously he has like he talks and he has dialogue, but I think like he only talks maybe through like 50% of the game. The rest of it is just spent like him just kind of like just being silent, which kind of bothers me a little bit, because I'm like, well, you got this awesome voice actor, but you're not really utilizing him all that much, and that's like it's one kind of like they kind of made it more so like about like, you know, progression of like your equipment and building your army and your base, because you pretty much have to like rebuild your entire army that you lost. And if you play Metal Gear Ground Zeroes, like that little like kind of prequel game that they released before the game came out, you would understand that ties up a lot of the loose ends if you never played that. Mm-hmm. Because if you just jump right into Metal Gear 5, then you're not really gonna understand what's going on all that much.
God damn it!
But I mean it's but I'm nitpicking at this point, because I really do enjoy the game, and I wish they kind of made it more story based. Yeah, because I missed that element that like, because that's always been in Metal Gear games, but they did compensate for it by giving you like just a damn near endless amount of stuff to do, which is a fair trade off, I think. And then what else am I playing on Need for Speed? So I'm still just there's not much I can.
What do you? And I meant to ask you this earlier. What do you like about this current Need for Speed? That's like, say for me, like I'm the type of person that likes hot pursuit. I like the cat and mouse aspect of Need for Speed. I don't really give a shit so much about the customization of the cars and stuff. I'm really more focused on the mechanic of the actual gameplay. Like, yeah, customizing your cars is cool and everything, but to me it doesn't sell it as much as it does like intense action core gameplay, like it does for Hot Pursuit, like as you know, when you're a cop and you're trying to chase down a runner, or if you're a runner trying to elude a cop. Like I think that's when Need for Speed is at its absolute peak for me. Well, so like, how does that compare?
Well, they do have that element in the game. Like you do run from the cops and stuff, and you have to run, and you have to like, you know, how do I want to say it, like figure out how you're gonna like hide from them and like plan your escape from the police and everything. So like, yeah, that element is there, but they also brought in the customization, and I feel like the customization is the most in depth that it's ever been in a Need for Speed game. Because when I play those kind of games, I hate like the one like, as I know, Logan, you and I and Sean played a lot of Need for Speed Rivals for a little while there.
Yeah, it was pretty fun
because it was free. It was free on EA Access, so it's like I would never pay for this game, but if it's free, why not? But it was fun because yeah, obviously it brought back a lot of elements of Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. But the thing I hate about it was like there was barely any customization on the cars. Like, yeah, they had really nice cars. Like Aston Martin Vanquish was in that game. That's like my dream car. But I couldn't do anything with it. Like, I could add a new vinyl wrap to it. Big fucking deal. And like it doesn't like it didn't really feel like I could really customize it like to make it my car. Like, and
there was really
there was nothing there. Yeah. And like what I like about this game is like you can fine tune like every individual aspect of your car through like your suspension, your turbo tuning, your boost, like and like what do you want your nitrous to be like more like power driven, or you want it to be more lengthy, or like whatever it is that you want to do. Like so, there's just so many different options for customization. And then there's an awesome decal editor, and like you can make your own vinyl wraps and everything. So because like you can really spend a lot of time just in the garage, just picking out your cars and really fine tuning them to make it like something really special. Which is I really like that kind of stuff.
I think that that's cool as long as it is a bonus to a core gameplay, because the core gameplay is not fun. I don't really care about customizing stuff.
Yeah.
And again, this is why I don't really play Call of Duty that much, is because like, yeah, I get customization all day long, but like as far as the gameplay, it's the same regurgitated bullshit that
but
it is every 6 months.
The gameplay is very fun. Like especially like when you get when you're doing drift races and stuff, and you get your car set to like that perfect like drift car, like it's so fun. Like you can just chain drifts for days. It's just
Drifts for days.
Drifts for days.
I'm a drifting racer, so I would like that a lot. I like pulling the e-brake and like taking short turns and stuff. I like
my favorite car that I have for drifting in that game is a 2002 Nissan Silvia Spec R. I don't know if you even know what that is.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
But yeah.
You all of it. I tuned out after you said Nissan.
Hey man, I love Nissan. Nissan's a shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so but I got that car set to where it's just like it's like a godly drift car, and it's so fun to use. I love it. So
Yeah, racing games.
yeah, racing.
I don't know any.
So Logan's been sitting there on his phone for the last like.
I was
Mario
looking up
Kart.
something first, and then I
Okay.
stopped looking it up.
Yeah.
And then you kept
Well,
talking.
well, what is it that you're looking up?
Nothing.
Nothing. What?
No, podcast is over.
Porn.
Podcast is over.
I wish.
Save your. Get on the hub, dude.
Why do you think I'm ending the podcast? Like,
Hub needs all that traffic back
Yeah,
after the
right.
relece of Fallout 4. Am I right?
did you see that graphic?
Yeah,
the day it came out.
10% of Pornhub users like
Yeah.
the day Fallout 4 came out. It's like,
Which is hilarious.
that is amazing.
Yeah.
That is the best. All right, so yeah. On that note, sorry for your loss, Pornhub. And, we wish you guys all the best in your new business ventures, and we hope you get your customers back.
All right.
And we will be back next week. Maybe the three of us again.
Yeah.
Might be.
So
Better.
Well, I'll be here, so
For sure.
I don't know
Right.
about you guys.
I live here. So
Yeah.
he lives there.
Well, Logan might be.
yeah.
and I honestly have nothing better to do. So.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Later, guys.